Welcome back, guys. Captain Foley with you again today, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Bandai 1/1700 scale Enterprise E. Now I know what you're saying. Why is it a 1/1700 scale and not a 1/1701 scale? I don't know. It's the scale they chose to go with. I recently did a video, live video on the Trekyards channel, building this thing. It's about a 2.5 hour, almost 3 hour build, and we're going to take a look at it today. There's the lights. That light issue that I had at the end of the live. But yeah, so we're going to take a look at this thing and point out the good, the bad, the ugly with it, and see what is going on with the Bandai kits. This one in particular. So if you haven't watched the live of the build and you're interested in that, please go do so. It's beginning to end. It's about 3 hours, and it's not bad for a build like this. But we're going to take a look at it close and in depth right now and actually see what we got going on with that. So also check out the live. I'll also be in another video where we check out my other Bandai kits. I have the refit 1701, not the A, but the 1701 from the motion picture, and I also have the NX01 from Enterprise. So I have those two. I don't have the Voyager kit yet though, so I can only compare the three of them, but we will be doing that at some point as well, so keep an eye out for that video. But yeah, if you want to check out the full build of this thing, head on over to the Trekyards channel and look up the Bandai Enterprise E full build live video. It's really interesting. I hope it's interesting. But yeah, so there is the tie into the Trekyards channel there as well. So anyway, let's get a look at this thing up close and personal and see what it's going to show us. And guys, keep in mind too that even though this is a look at the finished model, I have done a segment to start this off that looks at it in the box. So it's like a complete detailed breakdown of what this thing was like packaged in the box, including the instruction manual and everything like that. So that is all included here as well. We will get to the actual finished model after that, so stay tuned. But hopefully you guys will enjoy the breakdown. This is like a complete video for this model, so I wanted to conclude everything, including what it looked like before the build. So anyway, just to explain what's coming up right now. Alright, here's the box, guys. You can see there all parts pre-painted with ship markings and complex Aztec pattern of the hull. No painting required. Lighting system included. Kit comes with all parts needed to light up the bridge, hull windows, deflector, warp engines, and spectacular movie-like appearance. Requires 3 AA batteries sold separately. That's 1/1700 scale. Should have been 1/1701 scale. They missed a real trick there. There's all the writing on the side talking about the ship. It's quite a long write-up, but I don't want to read. I'm surprised they used like the motion picture era font, but there's the side of the box. Here's the other side, shows some of the pictures of the finished model, which you will see in this video as well. I'm doing this before I do the live video, the live build-up, so I'm planning on doing this a live build-up. We'll see how that goes, but also documenting it for this edited video. So there is the top of the saucer. Really nice Aztec patterns and detailing. Beautiful, actually. Escape pods. Bottom, same thing. Lots of beautiful detail. These Bandai kits are very nicely done. And I'm going to do a video also where I compare it to my 1/850 scale refit and NX01. That was the same company, same kind of build. So, alright, we got the instruction booklet. We got a picture of the finished model there. Looks really nice. Might as well document this so that anybody, if they lose their instruction manual, can maybe freeze frame on this. But there you see all the parts on their sprues and all the metal parts, all the tools that are going to be required. Precisions for handling battery. This comes in English, French, German, and looks like Spanish. And Japanese, of course. So there's the assembly of the Bizarre collectors and the Nacelles, including the wire, trimming the wire for the lighting. This isn't going to be a fun build to do live necessarily. Damn. Alright, we'll see how that goes. I don't know. But there's more lighting, more secondary hull mounting the nacelles, the struts, as well as the internal of the stand and the switch. Then you get a birth of the first sporty Enterprise, some John Eves concept art. Sporty Enterprise, eh? And it talks about John Eves there as a write-up about the E and how he designed it, which is actually very interesting. So yeah, very cool. Goes on to talk about Rick Sternbach and his contributions to this as well, and then more blueprint details. Pretty cool. Alright, so that's the bottom of the stand, the battery compartment, getting that all set up, and then all of the internal structure for the wiring of the saucer. Yeah, this is not going to be a fun build. I forgot how difficult the actual these builds are. They're quite complex, actually, now that I've thought about it. And I told somebody this was a pretty easy build because it's all snapped together and pre-painted, but it's actually quite involved. There's getting the saucer together, and then setting the saucer to the secondary hull there. And then finishing up the secondary hull and all its lighting. Right there, and then mounting it on the stand. And then of course the optional, you can have it either the stand piece in there or the finished one, so you can hang it or whatever. So, but there it is, more shots of the finished model. Go through here real quick. We got the nacelle pieces. Again, great Aztec-y pinstriping. The details on these are phenomenal. Here's the clear pieces. You got the deflector, the Bizarre collectors, and the chiller grills. Then we've got the secondary hull, again with beautiful pinstriping and escape pod details. I keep these in the baggies until it's time to build them, but you can see the details through there pretty nicely. Some taped together pieces. There's some. Oh, there's the two bottom pieces. That's for when you have the stand, and that's for when you don't want or you don't have the stand. There is the underside of the saucer with no captain's yacht. So that answers Samuel's question as to which Enterprise E this is. There you got the clear pieces that will light up and project the light to the holes. And there's your stand pieces, top and bottom there. A couple stickers. These hide the wiring that is going to go through the struts. And then there's the wiring there. The bulbs are in here, the screws and the metal bits. Look at the size of those bulbs, actually. Damn, son. A lot of people have replaced these bulbs with LEDs for these model kits and actually put them on adapters so that they can be plugged in the whole time, which is something I would consider doing if I knew anything about electronics. So I wonder if there's an easy conversion process for that. But anyway, there is the top of the bridge, or the top of the saucer with the bridge module there. There's the bottom of the secondary hull. One of the pieces. And we've got the struts there. And there's where the wires go. So that's what those curved pieces, are for, is to fit in there. They just stick on to cover up the wiring, which gets set in the strut. So you get the the refit had the same thing. So here's the battery cover, switch elements, and then the more stand parts. And here's more Bizarre collector clear pieces, and those, which I'm not quite sure what those are necessarily. Put that back there. I'll pull this out and see if these are the same. They're not the same, so I'm not sure what these are about. Oh, this goes inside the nacelle to spread the light, diffuse the light. Okay, that's what that is. Alright, that makes perfect sense. Alright, well, there you have it, guys. That's the inside of the kit. You will see it finished here in a few minutes, or just a little bit, depending on the magic of editing. But that's how it goes in the box. And they put that there so you can see that first. That's it, guys. The Bandai 1/1700 scale Enterprise E. I still wouldn't mind getting Voyager at some point, but Voyager is quite pricey, but probably well worth it. So Bandai does really good work. So anyway, let's well, I'm going to be doing the live build in a day or so. I just wanted to film this little bit so I kind of have a document of how it was stored, or how it got shipped to me, how it was packaged. But anyway, there you go. Alright, here it is, and for simplicity's sake, I don't have the lights on right now. We're going to look at the lights separately in a minute here. Got the upper light on so you guys can see the detail that's included here. Very detailed, well painted. Like, Bandai does fantastic work. Got all the little escape pods there. Those are transporter emitters, but I love how it looks like a little mustache on the Enterprise E. Get your registry number. Again, the Aztecing, the RCS thrusters. This thing is just, it's really detailed up. That's one of the things I really like about Bandai. And like I said in my video where I compare these to the other ones, you'll see the detail that is on the other ones as well. But all that secondary hull detail, and it's not going to focus for me, is it? Nope. Sorry about that. We'll take a look at that in a second then. But moving to the nacelles, just such good detail. Even just like this, not lit, this thing is just, it's beautiful. It really is. I know at the end of my I'll zoom in there. At the end of my live build, I couldn't get the lights to work, but we'll talk about that in just a second. They do work now, of course. I just don't have them on currently, because I want to actually take it off the stand here and take a look at the bottom. So hold on just 1 second. Okay, there we go. We have it off the stand. You can see the detail on the bottom is matching the top as far as quality goes. Got that yellow deflector dish in there. And no captain's yacht there on this one. So this is the first contact version. There you got the connectors in there, which we're going to talk about in a minute. There's one thing that bugs me about these Enterprise E. There's no detailing at all on the bottom of these nacelles, ever. They're just like, there's a little bit of like blue Aztecing, but nothing super great. This is the piece in there for the stand. This does pop out. Trust me, it does. Come on, there we go. If I can get it, there we go. So this does pop out, and there is actually pieces included that you can actually hide all of that. So I'll get those and show you just right now. So they were just over on the workbench. I had to go grab them, but here they are. So these you can slot in That's actually backwards. And slot those in. So if you don't want to display it on the stand, you can just substitute these in and you're good to go there. Now, going to these connection points, this is the problem I had, and I have with all of these Bandai kits. The connection points don't make very good connection. They don't match up with the ones on the stand, and they require some bending. If you can see, I've had these bent. That's the only way to make a full connection and actually have the lights work, which is the one major downside to these Bandai kits. If you watch the live, you'll notice that it is quite easy to build. However, once you get it together, and they had me test the lights like 4 steps before doing the final assembly of the secondary hull here, and it worked fine. And then once that was on, it threw everything off. So I had to bend these, and you have to be very careful. Because when I did my Enterprise refit, one of them, I have 2 Enterprise refits. One that has a stand, one that doesn't, because I had to bend these. And my one Enterprise one, the refit, I had to bend one of the ones in here as well, which I had to do with all of these. You just have to be very gentle about how you bend them. Because what happened was in my Enterprise refit, I broke one of them off. So there's absolutely no way to solder that or fix that or give that a connection to the stand. So I have one that's got full lights and everything in it. I just can't use it. So I had to get another one, which, again, I'll show you guys more about that when I actually do the video comparing the 3 of them. So, but anyway, that's that. Let's get it back on the stand now and take a look at it lit up. Alright, so we're back again. Here it is, not lit up, but there is a little switch right on the back of the stand here. I don't know if you can see it actually. It's right there, which you push up. So, hold on, I just gotta snug this up. Alright, so you just flip the switch up and the lights come on. And you can see the nacelles are beautifully lit. It's kind of still super bright here. Alright guys, here I turn the main overhead light on. I'll turn this one off. I'll turn this one off and the other main overhead light in just a minute here, but I want to show you guys. There it is, powered on. You see the glowing impulse engines. You see the nacelles light up. Trekyards. We got the internal lights there, which we'll see in more detail in just a minute. But so I'm going to turn off all those other lights now, and so you can get a better representation of it. But there it is, all lit up. It looks really glorious. But alright, let's get those other lights off. Alright, the main overhead one is off. Now we'll just turn this one off. Like so. And actually I should turn the one off behind me so I don't have a shadow. There we go, it's all off, no shadows now. But you can see the lights in there. It looks very realistic. They're not overblown like LEDs would be. You got some nice effects going on with the inside of the Bizarre collectors. The blue of the nacelles. I know you guys are noticing this one very big glaring detail. Hold on, I'll get to that. There's the impulse engines and the thing above the shuttle bay. It appears a lot more white on screen. It is more of a red color in person. The secondary hull glows there. Really super bright deflector, which actually looks really good. There's those red elements there as well. And yes, because this is a snap together kit, there is this little issue here of this top part of the secondary hull not snapping in as well as it should. You can fix that. I have fixed it on some of my other ones. Little dab or two of crazy glue in there, applied with like a fine point. You get it in there, you hold it shut. It does. The crazy glue, or the CA glue as modelers call it, does tend to wreck the paint that they have on these. So you gotta be very careful when you do that. It doesn't bother me so much because most of the angles you'll see this thing on, you can't really tell that it's. Oh, that's the other issue. Hold on just one second. Sorry, that's the other issue you find. If it moves forward too much on the stand, because it doesn't lock into the stand correctly either. That's one of the reasons the contacts don't work. But it will disengage like that. So, but no, overall, I think it looks really, really, really good. Very beautiful design, ship, and very nicely lit. Like it looks really good with this lighting. Like I said, it's not a blown out LED where the windows are too bright. If you watch the build process, you'll see how it lights up. It uses like a channeling effect with like a clear plastic. But overall, really fantastic looking ship, and I think it lights up very well. Very happy with it. I still need to, like I said, get Voyager. I do have the NX-01. I do have the refit as well. So I have all the other ones in this set except for Voyager. So, but overall, I think it just looks stunning. And yeah, like I said, this can be fixed. A lot of people say if they snap together, if you snap it together properly when you're building it, it doesn't have that issue. But I just find with the plastic, oops, hit the wrong button there. Alright, with the plastic inserts that you have to put inside, you can see how they're ribbed to channel light. They just are a little bit snug in there, so you have to be very diligent about the way you put it together. I thought I had done a really good job, but then once you light it up, you see the problems. Also, the nacelle blue on camera here doesn't look as blue as it looks in person. It's kind of odd. It's got a much more blue appearance in person here than it does on camera, but I'm not saying it looks bad in either way. It actually looks much better in person with the blue, but anyway, that is it, guys. That is the Bandai 1700 scale Enterprise E for your viewing pleasure. If you can find one, I highly recommend picking one up. You might get a little frustrated on some of the build procedures and how things fit, and like I said, that final attachment to the stand can be problematic. Yeah, and you gotta be very careful if you do decide to bend the contacts like I did. I did learn quite a number of years ago, 20 years ago or more, when I got the refit, to be very careful with those, because if they break, you're kind of screwed. I'm sure there's a way it could possibly be fixed, but I don't have the technical know-how to do that. So anyway, that is it, guys. That is the 1701E from Bandai. Beautifully, beautifully built. I really love this thing. So if you have the means and you check on eBay and find one, by all means get it. It's definitely worth it. So anyway, that's it for me for now. So let's say goodbye and do a closeout here. And thank you, everybody, for watching. Well, there you go, guys. An in-depth look at the Bandai Enterprise E. If you guys are interested, they are available on eBay. You can get it for a fairly decent price. They're around 350 US. You can get them a little bit cheaper, but a lot of them are still in Japan, so you can find them. They're a really fun build. They're a little bit difficult at times. A lot of the Bandai kits have little issues and foibles, as I talked about with the lights on this one, but anyway, there are issues with them. I've had issues with each and every one of them that I have, but I'll talk more about that when we do the comparison with the other ones as well. So anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. If you want one, they're out there. Go find it, and they're definitely worth it, even if it's just a static display piece. You don't want it lit up or anything like that, but it comes with the lights, so I mean, it's beautiful either way. I'm just saying. So if you want to get one, you definitely can. Please drop a like down below, comment anything you think about this model, or if you have it, if you've had any issues with it, if you want to get one, let me know in the comment section. I really want to hear your thoughts on this, guys. Also, don't forget to go over and check out the Trekyards channel. Like I said, the live build of this thing is over there, so go subscribe to Trekyards. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel as well, the Captain Foley personal channel, and by all means check out other videos by me also. Like I said, there will be another video coming comparing this to the other two Bandai kits that I have done and completed. I have got a lot of experience with these Bandai kits, so it'll be worth tuning into that one as well. So thank you everybody for joining me, and have yourselves a great day, week, night, weekend, wherever you're watching this. Have a good whatever, and just be happy. So until next time, I'm Captain Foley, signing off. Bye guys.